I have two kids. I have a 7-year-old and I have a 10-year-old. My 7-year-old is extremely accident prone, so he is always breaking something, or we're in the doctor because he has stitches or staples. So he keeps me pretty busy because he's all over the place and he's rambunctious. Outside of my kids, I am pretty active with sports and extracurricular activities that kind of take up our whole life. I had made a post on Facebook indicating, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? My son has broke his arm and I'm receiving a bill now for $3,000. She used that as a way to kind of educate me on other options that were out there. So she let me know about the Hooray Health product, how if I would have been covered under that plan, they would have covered that injury completely. I wouldn't have had any out-of-pocket expense. And to me, that was very impactful and was a great intro into why Hooray was a good fit for me and my family. What healthcare means to me is accessibility and affordability, which seems crazy because that's not something we see now in healthcare anywhere. But for me as a consumer, that's what I'm looking for and that's what I need in order for me to actually render services and actually have healthcare, and most plans don't give you that. When I think of healthcare, I think of medical debt, and Hooray kind of has changed that for me a little bit because I know that I'm not going to receive an exorbitant bill. I know what I'm going to pay. There's that cost transparency. I think the most important is probably having accessibility. So the telehealth benefits is huge for me. We live a very busy life, as I said. We're constantly go, go, go. So having the ability to use the telehealth benefit and get seen at any time, whether it be like 3 a.m. and my kid wakes up and goes, my ears are hurting or my eyes are boogery, I know I can call a doctor and they'll have a prescription in the morning without having to leave my house. So that's the most impactful for me. I was familiar with supplemental coverage prior to Hooray. I had it in the past, but the problem with that supplemental coverage is it was broken down into how severe your injury or illness maybe was before they covered anything. So for instance, in the case where my son broke his arm, they wanted to know how severe the break was, and then they determined what payment would be. So I believe they paid me like $150 for this arm break, which is great, but that doesn't cover a $3,000 bill. It doesn't barely touch it. So my idea of a supplemental plan was kind of tarnished, I guess, based off of that experience, and Hooray changed that for me since they do cover everything up to that maximum, which is great. So the reason why I chose to have a Hooray Health supplemental plan was because my husband has insurance through his employer, but it's a high deductible plan. It has a $6,000 deductible, so that means anytime we need to be seen or render services, we're gonna have to foot the bill. We're responsible. Yes, there's gonna be a discounted rate, but that doesn't pay the bill at all. It still puts it on us. With the Hooray Health plan, I know that if we need to use a telehealth benefit or if we need to be seen in person and you go be seen at an urgent care, it's gonna be $25. I know if there's an accident that we're gonna be covered up to that $5,000 maximum. It's the cost transparency piece that was huge for me and my family. The low premium cost compared to major medical plans is a lot more affordable for those who are on individual or family plans. If I was to explain Hooray Health in one word, I would use the word convenience. The reason being is it provides me convenient access to the telemedicine, the urgent care network, and then of course that accidental care. So if I was to give any other feedback on Hooray Health, I would say that it pairs well as a supplemental plan to a major medical. So in the event that you do need to utilize coverage under your major medical plan and you know you're going to have a large absorbent cost, the Hooray plan kind of comes to the rescue. I shout Hooray Health's name everywhere, I feel like, because I am so impressed with the coverage that I'm provided and the costs that comes with that coverage.